Welcome to Noun O'Clock Lite at the Noun Square. The last Noun O'Clock Lite in our sequence of like seven 9 o'clock lights since Christmas Eve.
Yeah, I think it's been a week.
So back to our regularly scheduled programming as of tomorrow. We've got a fun guest coming on tomorrow. We've got Action Slacks coming on to talk about their awesome, ambitious project proposal that is currently up.
That's going to be fun.
On chain. So Sasquatch asked if they could come on the show. I said, absolutely. And he said, what time is the show going to be at? And I said, well, it is getting a little late. And he said, oh, I'm not sure if they'll be able to make it. I said, aren't these people gamers? Like, what, isn't like 12:30 midnight?
Yeah, I was going to say, that's time? And this is when we're all awake.
As it turned out, they were perfectly fine with it. So. All our treasures. It's a little cheesy, but we are very thankful for you guys and for coming out to our show every day for like 201 days counting. But who's counting? Right, Robot Fish Girl? I'm just estimating.
Just you.
Yeah. I mean, I am, but...
You are. And
I'm kidding. My POAP app is counting.
POAPs, yeah. Absolutely. And I must be correct because nobody has counted POAPs and corrected me as of yet. So I'm going to go by... that's how I check all my math.
We do have more POAPs than that because we gave away... we gave away 24 during the 24-hour space.
Yeah, big mistake.
And then,
gave away too many. I'm just kidding. All right, we've got 1 minute left.
I did get all of those too. Hold on.
This is an emergency broadcast. We got 56 seconds left on the auction for Noun 563. I don't think we're going to get another bid because Big Whale Mondoir.eth came in with a 35
just jumped in, yeah.
Yesterday, and I don't think anyone's going to bid more than that given recent auction prices.
Love to see him bidding.
They were just like, hey, we've got 11
awesome.
people on our multi-sig, and this is the bid. Take it or leave it, I think is what happened here. So 31 seconds left. And this chest, the first and only chest of 2023, maybe going to mondoir.eth. I sent out a little tweet inviting them to join the space, but I don't know if they got it or if they care.
Would love to. I think they're in. I believe he lives in Dubai.
Okay,
so maybe
might be a little late.
Not good.
Yeah, might be a little late. Maybe partially why that they went with the splash bid if they're sleeping. But anyway, get FOMO Nouns. WTF up. What are you doing? Why don't you have that up yet? FOMOnouns.wtf. We are going to
FOMO Nouns. Oh, instant Rosebud.
Rosebud right away. Attempting to.
I voted it up. I'm going to be honest.
Rosebud.
I voted it up.
3 people voted it up, but is it enough?
Yep,
it is.
We got it. We got it.
Oh
instant Rosa. That is perfect.
That is
my God, that's amazing.
Good.
And it's perfect. It has an axe on it, so because we're going to be cutting down the float. So there you go.
I feel like Prof, you would have made it work, no matter what the accessory was.
Absolutely.
You would have been like, 100%. And it says dope on it because this parade is super dope.
It is dope.
I am so happy about this.
It has an.
By the way, NOMO.
It has a sweater on, and it's been quite chilly in California this week, so I think people will be wearing sweaters at the parade. This is perfect.
Yes, we will.
These are my.
We've got 15 seconds until NOMO.wtf starts. By the way,
so stop doing impressions of Prof Werder and go play NOMO.
Correct.
All right, NOMO.
If you go to NOMO.wtf, pick your favorite noun and spam click it for your life. We'll explain why that
we can
is important later.
We can go back to the snowmobile.
Oh, this mushroom is so good. I like the robot snow globe, but the mushroom is so nice.
I didn't even get a chance to look at all these.
I didn't get a chance to look through. I don't know what I'm going for. Oh my God.
Do you think if we get the
speed running the show today?
Do you think if we get the?
I'm going for the mushroom. It's just too good.
Hey, Robot Fish Girl, I'm setting my sights a little lower. I think we can get Bankless to buy a NOMO.
There we go.
You know what? I agree. I think we probably could.
That's funny. Actually, I'm switching to the bank just for that.
I'm changing mine.
Yeah, you know what? That convinced me.
Just for the meme of it all.
It's going to be between that and the ghost of Patricio Pass.
Yeah, Ghost of Patricio. Okay, that's funny.
The POAP ghost.
Oh man, that's funny.
Oh,
But I like
God.
the. I like
It's like
the.
the
Let's see
banks.
if we can get bankless by a NOMO.
I don't know.
I
Wait,
think
oh
that's funny.
shit! Patricio just got axed.
Oh, axed
Yeah.
by the road.
He's a real
The
ghost
bang.
now, so now we have to go for. Well, follow your
I'm still going for the mushroom. I like the mushroom too much.
But I'm going for the bank.
It's too aesthetic. It's like vaguely Christmas colored too, and I just like it.
This is really.
I like it a
Your
lot.
You're
powers
convincing
of,
me. I was really
either
going-
your powers of persuasion or your powers of clicking came through clutch.
one or the other.
I think it was my powers of clicking, honestly.
Probably a little bit of both.
I think it was the persuasion.
I mean,
A little column A, a little column B.
You turned a few people over. That's what
well, a couple things we forgot to mention at the top of the show. This is the Noun Square, so if you've never been here, no, but retweet the room if you haven't done that. 0.069 ETH up for grabs for one person who retweets the room. So I mean, why wouldn't you do that? And then more people.
No reason not to.
Exactly, more people can come here and just enjoy our light format. You know, maybe we will get some alpha drip here from Prof Werder, who I have it on good authority, is currently in Pasadena and has all the juice.
She is.
All the juice on the Rose
So
Parade.
yeah, today.
But wait, before you get into that,
pretty
Prof,
cool.
quick, just before you
Okay.
get
All right.
before Prof gives us all that alpha, you have to mint a NOMO or else you won't be able to hear her. We have just introduced selective rugging on Twitter. If you mint a NOMO right now for 0.069 ETH, you'll be able to remember you were here and had fun playing with us, and you'll be able to hear Prof Werder. Unfortunately, if not, just sit tight, and when Prof's done, you'll be able to resume listening to the space. All right, go ahead, Prof.
Credit where it's due. Twitter invented the selective rugging. We just weaponized it.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Thank you, Elon. Thank you, Elon, for giving spaces what we needed, more weapons. Okay, Prof, go ahead. Hit us with the
All
alpha.
right. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Have you minted your NOMO? If you didn't,
I can
you
hear
can't
you
me.
because I
I can hear you.
insta-minted.
Okay, good.
I
I can
insta-minted, even though
Yep,
that
I can
wasn't
hear
even the
myself.
NOMO I wanted. I still did it.
I know. I still minted as well. So yeah, I just pinned a bunch of stuff up top in the nest, including the link to stream the parade tomorrow. So the Rose Parade is happening tomorrow. For those who do not know, what rock have you been living under? But just kidding. And so we've been in California helping with the float since Thursday, and helped for a couple days. Did just a few things. Got to put some flowers on it. The Rose Parade, every float has to be covered with natural things like seeds and corn husks and all flowers and roses and all those things. So it's a long process, and it's super detail focused. And then today they wheeled them out of the little garages that they had them in this big giant warehouse, and brought them out to line them up for the judges to review, because there are awards involved. And there's a number of different awards, and I would, I'm hoping somewhere in the most entertaining category might be where we land.
So they haven't announced
really
any
cool.
of the prizes yet?
No, they'll do it tomorrow morning before the parade. I believe during that 7 to 8 a.m. PST hour, which would be 10 to 11 EST.
Did they just send out like 10 retired librarians to come and inspect the float?
Pretty
That's
much
what I'm picturing. But
yes, that's exactly what it was. Yes. Pretty much. And they go through and they look at every detail. I mean, they really, what happened.
Well, of course, they
as
would
the
be
judges
judging
are
by the
up-
Dewey Decimal System, right?
Exactly.
So they do have
Exactly. There were
to.
books.
Official's going to comment again about how that makes no sense.
That makes no sense. But
And we will just continue on.
They actually, the float in front of us had a lot of books on it, so that's kind of funny that you say that. So when they came by, they kind of activated everything, all the entertainment that's going to happen during the parade. So all the music and the walkabouts, the walk-around characters, and the skateboarders that are going to be going around, and all this fun stuff. And the music, new music by the one and only Super Tight Woody, which is really amazing. Yes,
On the float?
it's amazing. on the
Whoa,
float.
that
Yes.
is an alpha drip. He's
Ooh,
like one of my
nice.
homies. He never told
I
us.
sent you a preview.
I don't.
So a secret preview. But
I don't think I saw
anyway,
that one. Then
I
shoot.
don't think it's unfortunate.
Wow.
Yeah, so the
I saw
song
it.
is Put Your Noggles On, and it is really fun. And it's going to be fabulous. So we have paper lo-fi noggles that we're handing out all over the place. We had a bunch of people already had them on when the judges came by, and it was pretty awesome. So we'll see what happens. The float moves. It's 50 feet high. There are pieces that move and activate, and there's going to be a DJ on there, and it's really, really fun. So please make sure you watch. You're really going to enjoy it.
If we win, what's the prize for the award that we win?
It's pride, not really anything else, but a trophy.
It's
of some sort, I suppose.
one NOMO to the winners of the float is
There
what
you
I'm
go.
being told. I
There's a
have to
lot of
independently verify that.
There's a lot of different awards too, so there's a ton of awards. So they're just hoping to grab one of them to sort of cap it all off. They also are recording a music video during the float thing. There's a whole bunch of stuff happening. Yeah, so I'm giving you some other alpha. So there's a couple
Wait,
different new songs.
who's doing a music video?
New songs.
Stupid Buddy is?
Stupid
Or
Buddy.
is doing a
But
musical?
Toshi's in it as well. So
Oh
yes,
my God.
Stupid Buddy. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff happening that's really crazy. So that
Guys, one thing I just wanted to say is there's been some stuff leaking out, some tweets, some videos. Don't be shy on that retweet button. Like, this is Noun's moment. Like, this stuff is incredible. People would love to be part of a community that has this happening right now. So don't be afraid to share this stuff when it's coming out, especially tomorrow during the parade and whatnot. Let's get the word out.
Yes.
So people tomorrow are like, what the hell's going on with this
retweet
project?
like crazy tomorrow. Every time you see anything on Nounish, NounsDAO, my account, of Toshi's, OTG, like retweet everything, especially Nounish. They've been putting some really good stuff out there. So definitely make sure you're keeping an eye on that and retweet everything you can, because we want to get as much exposure from this as possible. And there's going to be a lot of fabulous visuals.
And just to say as well, I don't know exactly how we're going to work it, but we'll make sure that there's some kind of a watch party simulcast here on Twitter as well. So for anyone who can't find the stream or what have you, or even if you can, we'll have a space going live tomorrow. So just come here to the clock and find us, and we'll have some people on here chatting, listening. So yeah.
And I'll try and jump on if I can for a little bit, just to kind of give you a little, hey, this is what we're doing. This is what's going on. Little reports from the ground, so to speak. And from I think I got wrong. Sorry, can you hear me? Oh, okay, I'm back.
Yeah,
I can't now.
My alarm.
I thought my NOMO got unminted.
My alarm went off.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I think it was actually Prof hadn't minted her NOMO.
Yeah,
so
I hadn't minted my NOMO, so I couldn't talk.
Her own grace period.
There you go. So really, really key thing though.
Congratulations, you rugged yourself.
The broadcast starts around 7 Pacific Standard Time, so PST, 10 a.m. EST, and during that first hour will be about a 3-minute spot where Seth Green, the actor, is being interviewed and talking about nouns. So make sure you catch that as well. I'm sure it'll be posted and etc. But try to catch that moment as well. And then the parade will start around 8, and the nouns float is going to be like the 5th float. So you want to start watching right at the beginning. And that's everything you need to know. Awesome. Yeah. So make sure you're watching right from the start. And it's going to be really fun.
So 7 a.m. Pacific time, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yep. We will have a space. Let's call it out now. We'll have a space up and running by like 9:45 a.m. EST. Make sure that we can get all situated and get our popcorn and beer and everything and get it ready.
Just do all the things.
That's what you do, right?
Exactly. Yes. I'm sure. That's it. Yeah. I will be freezing my butt off because it's really cold here, and hopefully it's not going to rain, but it might. It's rained 3 times in 134 years of the Rose Parade. and we might get the 4th tomorrow. So we're hoping.
Has it rained at all while the float has been moving about? And if so, how has it been faring?
It's been mostly underneath. It came out of the warehouse today, and there was a light sprinkle, but the heavy rain was yesterday, so we lucked out there. So hopefully we can just keep it going for just a few more hours, and then we should be good.
Yeah, we don't want to test those soggy noggles.
No, and that's why they do the judging before the parade.
Nods.
That's why they do the judging early. Yeah, we don't want the lo-fi noggles will not hold up in the rain, but they are fabulous. They are really, really well.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as far as photos and videos go, they really look great. So shout out Clem, shout out Aptoshi and team for getting those out to the people who needed to get them. After the parade tomorrow, I believe there's also a football game that y'all are going to.
There is a football game. We are not going to the game itself, but there's.
I heard there was a tailgating thing.
Exactly.
Happening.
There's a tailgating where they park all the floats and you can hang out, and so we'll be doing a little bit of tailgating and doing some more like handing out of noggles and doing all those things. So yeah, it'll be it's going to be a whole big fun day, and really excited about it.
I have so much FOMO right now.
I know.
That sounds so fun.
I know, I get it. It's really. One other thing I want to say: huge shout out to Pixel Minimal, and she did all those tracksuits that you're going to see, or if you haven't seen them yet, the tracksuits that Aptoshi and Sheffo and Blooms are wearing, and she also did a whole bunch of other merch and jewelry and stuff like that for some giveaways last night at the Nouner party. So that was really fun. We did a Nouner New Year's Eve party at a bowling alley last night, little upscale bowling alley. It was a lot of fun. So that was how we rang in New Year's Eve as well. So
thanks. Really no, we weren't feeling enough.
Yeah, I know. You weren't feeling bad enough, so we make you feel worse.
Anything else cool that we missed?
Even worse?
Prosper is like, as soon as you entered, they had free newborn babysitting. Oh, you would have loved it, Toady. Just rude.
And so I did get to meet 40156 and Dev Carrot, and that's been really fun too. And 142 is here, and Goldie and Joshua Fisher. So got a couple sharks in the tank for Swim Shady. So there's a lot of fun stuff happening.
That is, I have so much FOMO right now. I am so jealous.
I have so much FOMO. I have NOMO. All right, Luke, what do you got for us? And don't try to trick me again. I know you're Luke. I know which Luke you are.
Yeah,
I'm not going to get away with that one again.
I'm the Luke. So
you're the Luke. I know.
Happy New Year, nouns, and I don't know what to call anyone in here who's not a noun. So you're like me, but unless everyone can be a noun because they're
we go with nouns folk around here.
Nouns folk, like the townsfolk. Nice.
Yeah.
So wait, is the parade happening tomorrow?
That's what I hear. Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah. Tomorrow morning. And January 2nd. And you know why? It's usually on January 1st. But because of the horses, we don't want to scare the horses while they're at church on Sundays. So if January 1st falls on a Sunday, they always do it on January 2nd. Something I learned this week.
We don't want to disturb the deep fried horses on Sunday.
Yeah, the deep fried horses who are at church, who are standing outside the church. Yes, that's why.
Yeah, I have no clue what horses you're referring to, but
actual
horses. They asked the horses actually if it would be okay, and they replied.
This has been going on.
I won't even finish the joke.
This parade has been going on for 134 years. So it used to be only horses, no cars. So that's why the weird rules that have carried over for over 100 years.
Interesting. All right. Well,
the more you know.
I wanted to ask if, other than the parade tomorrow, I can't wait to see it. What's the company called that made the nouns fits and such?
Pixel, I believe. Pixel Minimal.
It was Pixel Minimal and Com du Nouns, and I'll post something up top with a link to her stuff.
She did.
It's so good.
Wear it. I want it to be my business attire, my daily business attire. I mean, it's not far off already, so I figure, let's get the swag level a little higher.
Might as well make it official. Yeah.
So you want one of those helmets?
Plus, I got. I don't even know what you're referring to, but yes.
The big like nouns helmets.
I think he's talking
No,
about
that's Stupid Buddy.
Oh, that was Stupid Buddy. Yeah.
Yeah, the costumes, that's Stupid Buddy. They're the guys who are behind Robot Chicken.
Nice.
Oh,
And the Masked
does he
Singer
mean like the
costumes.
walkarounds?
The
'Cause I'll
walk
take-
Yeah.
Yeah.
the costumed
Yeah,
people.
I'll take a
Yeah, that's
walk
Stupid
around.
Buddy.
You can ship it to me via Nouns Coffee.
Nouns Coffee, the official toady delivery service.
And I
Brought
think
to you
that
by
after-
Stamps.com.
There it
After
is.
the parade, I think
We're
the
renewing
the
our
walk-
campaign for Stamps.com anew in
Oh, is it time for that?
2023.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I've heard that they do new sponsors at the start of every quarter. So, Stamps.com, thank you for sponsoring the very first episode of 9 o'clock Lite in 2023. Stamps.com for all your stamps needs at Stamps.com. Stamps.com.
I have a question about the game after the Rose Bowl. Can you talk a bit about this game? I don't understand what is its significance to the Rose Bowl, and do other teams get to play? Can we have a Nounish NFL team play too?
No, it's college teams. So it's the NCAA, the National College Association or whatever, Athletics Association. So it's one of the playoff. It's sort of like a playoff game, if you will.
Also
as
important to
they go through
mention
the-
props
the-
for Davin
Mhm.
because, like me, he's not an
Oh,
American. Americans take
American
college football way more seriously than you would ever imagine. However seriously
Yeah.
you think college football should be taken, multiply that by a factor of about 1,000, and that's American college football.
Sounds about right.
It's
Especially in
it goes like NFL, then college football, then like most other sports in a lot of places in the U.S.
Yeah.
Yes.
And college football sometimes comes first, depending on where you are.
Yeah, depending on if you're in a college town, absolutely. Or in like Hawaii, all of Hawaii, because we only have UH.
Yeah, there you go. And like so tomorrow, Penn State is playing Utah, and they basically had to have a really good season to get to the Rose Bowl. It's one of the premier bowl games. So when they call them bowls, it's like it's just the name of the stadium essentially. So
it means if there's a tie at the end of the game, then they do a bowl off, like just what that's why they went bowling yesterday. That's actually
sorry, got rugged again. So yeah,
it's probably for the
best.
It's probably for the best.
So the parade has been going on long before the Rose Bowl game. Actually, that came second. So and then they just ended up connected. Because they usually do the College Bowl games around New Year's. So there was a lot of games on today and yesterday, this weekend. Yeah, so that's
like, no way. You guys are calling your thing the Rose thing. Our thing's the Rose thing. We should totally collab.
That's exactly what happened. They were on horseback and they had the discussion. Yep.
Is there some kind of a significance to the rose as a meme, like with this whole thing? Is it like the family? Is it like the area, or is it just?
I think it's
like literally the flowers.
I think it's the flowers in the area, and that's why all the in California is a very agricultural based state, so it's one of their main exports. And part of the Rose Parade, as it got older into like the 50s when it started to be televised, it became sort of their marketing strategy for the whole state. Where they saw a lot of people move to California after watching Rose Parade, which is kind of funny. So I thought that was really interesting.
Roses.
Yeah, it was all
That's really nice.
Yeah, kind of crazy. So it's a big tradition. It's really interesting too around here to see like how it really bonds the community together too. Where Chris, for example, Chris Waters, who's with Stupid Buddy, lives in Pasadena. He grew up there, and he used to sell programs at the parade. So he has this connection to it. And then to kind of go full circle to actually, putting together this whole float has been a big experience for him. It's kind of a cool story that's part of this as well.
That is really cool. I just can't wait to see Nouns on like, I don't know, I guess not prime time, but like major channels. News. I don't know. I think it'll get a lot of people asking what's going on. What is that? I feel like we need
another name for WTF because I did have a couple of older ladies pop by and go, what does that stand for? What we think it stands for? Because I don't like that. You shouldn't be sharing that with the kids. And I'm like, okay, we just need to find another thing
Oh,
that
nice.
it might stand
Oh,
for.
we'll have to get nouns.xyz. Actually, someone already has that, don't they? Isn't that the
Probably.
one that someone spun up recently?
Maybe.
One popped into my mind, and it's weather the fiat.
Whether the fiat? when the fun? I don't know. There's lots of ways we could go with this.
No,
still think
nouns.xyz is available.
Ooh, grab
Nouns.xyz
it.
is available for sale for the low price of $88,999 US. So
Oh yeah, we're gonna
if
pass
anyone
on
wants to
that
just
one.
pick that up real quick, that would be great, just so that we could please the old ladies. Luke, you had something to say?
Yeah, you mentioned you were stoked to see Nouns brand like broadcasted on TV, and I was also going to ask, when is Nouns brand going to be available for me to purchase some awesome clothing? Does anyone know?
So I don't know. Actually, you'd have to ask the folks who are running Nouns brand, like Jacob and Co. But I haven't seen anything. I know that they recently, like pretty recently, within a month, had like a photo shoot, right? Which I think you were at, Luke. That's where you tried to trick me last. And I haven't heard anything since then about when the release is from that. But hopefully, we'll hear from them soon, and it'll be available for ordering.
Yeah, I was going to put it on my Christmas list, and then I didn't get to, but yeah, I hope so too. I like the
It's a good thing you
clothes.
didn't, because that would have been a very sad Christmas. It would have been like, well, you know,
I mean, it
you
was
put this
sad
on the
anyway.
Christmas list, it's not available yet. So, hey, Joshua Fisher, thanks for gracing us with your Sharky presence today.
Nom nom
Joshua
nouns.
Fisher?
Nope.
Nom nom
Nom
nouns.
nom now.
You sneaky little shark, you never told anyone you were going to Pasadena.
Obtoshi knew.
I knew.
Well, Uptoshi knew, Prof knew. You guys had your own little clique. I see what's going on. This is travel collusion.
Ooh, I also got to meet Victor today. I met Victor Solomon.
Oh, no way.
Briefly. Yeah, just for like a couple minutes. And we are hoping to get over to the studio tomorrow afternoon. So I'm adding more FOMO. That was purely for Al's FOMO, just to increase his FOMO completely.
I've already been.
Oh, okay. So then I don't feel so bad.
You've already been to
It's very cool. It's a
to the
Victor
parade,
studio.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant you've already been to the Rose Parade. And I'm like, well,
I wish.
even if you had, it won't be nearly as cool as this one will be. Okay, Al.
Prof, make sure you get a vessel.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think about that. Oh, but I have to take it home. Oh, that's going to be interesting. All right. I'll have to think about that.
Joshua Fisher, spill some alpha. Prof's been doing a lot of alpha spilling. It's time for you to pull your weight around here.
I've been working on an arts and crafts project since.
You've been doing arts and crafts?
Yeah, I got a little something that I'm gonna wear. A little add-on accessory pack that I've been working on.
Ooh, that sounds
really
interesting.
This is interesting.
Handmade.
I will bring my flamingo hat then.
Is it a hand-painted box?
Is that? Did you make that using IRL composables.wtf?
That would be a nice site. I wish. I've been like sewing and stuff.
Speaking of arts and crafts, I just pinned the Shoebox Rose Bowl float contest. This is a pretty fun contest, but we haven't received any entries yet, probably because people were, celebrating New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, etc. But there is 0.23 ETH up for grabs, plus 3 runners-up of 0.069 ETH. Entries close on the 2nd, so that's tomorrow at 5 p.m. EST. All you have to do is take a shoebox, make your version of the Nouns float miniaturized, and put a picture in. That's it. That's all, right? Josh, am I missing anything?
That's it. Yeah,
cool.
There's like a tradition of families doing that here, so we wanted to extend that
to
the whole TNS community, and see what kind of stuff comes in. I think hopefully we get some good entries.
If you do a really good job, we will give you your very own shoebox on the TNS Shoebox Networks launching in 2023. It's not a real thing. Luke.
Hey, so how how accurate should these things be? Like, if what I have at home doesn't make a shoebox that's super accurate, will it still get appreciated, assuming that someone else's doesn't blow it out of the water, I guess?
Yeah, exactly. As long as it's creative, it doesn't even have to necessarily be a shoebox. Like it could be anything made of cardboard, just shoebox shape and size, I guess, as a guideline. And whatever you think would be a cool nounish float. It doesn't have to be like a version of the actual Rose Parade float. It can just be your own creativity, but it does have to be handmade. It can't be rendered. It can't be digitally altered. It has to be.
I can't use ChatGPT and then input what that did into AI.
If you can get ChatGPT to make one out of cardboard, which I'm sure you probably could, then that would be fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I think these are the actual rules, but I'm curious if like we should have just like let it be digital mock-ups and stuff too. Could have been fun.
No, I think it's cool. I think it's cool to have arts and crafts. It'll be cool to see if we get any cool ideas.
I think it's maybe
think about the costumes.
A different skill set, right? Like not everyone can digitally create stuff. Some people can make stuff. Some people can't make stuff, but
exactly.
Digital, so it's good to have all sorts of stuff, I think.
Think about the Halloween contest that we had with the costumes and everything, how much amazing stuff we got. So I'm sure people are still working on it. They're keeping things under wraps because they don't want to give away their secrets. I get it. They're strategic. Yeah, I see what they're doing.
Smart.
They're gonna put their entry in tomorrow at 4:59 p.m. and then it won't go through, and then they're gonna drop in the contest channel and they're gonna say my entry didn't go through because of technical, and Josh told me I could wait until the end. And we'll do our best to help you when that happens.
That's right? That's a good impression for the contestants.
I've spent a lot of time in the contest channel practicing those impressions.
Well, it's a big responsibility we have, so thank you for the help.
Absolutely. All right, what else is going on tomorrow? Anything else, Prof, that we need to be aware of or ready for?
I think that's it. I think that's everything. Yeah, it's just be up and ready and have fun and enjoy and share what you're doing and share what you see. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Hey, Prof, how about nouns.wow, this float?
Yeah, that's perfect. Nouns.float. There we go.
I don't think that's a thing. When the old biddies ask you what WTF stands for, you say, wow, this float.
Wow, this float. Wow.
Oh my God.
Okay, got it. Yep, that'll work.
All right. I think it should be enough to pass. They won't, and then they're going to tell their grandchildren to start using it. If you like this float, you just say, WTF.
I can This is getting into that.
On that note. Just a reminder, we're back to our regularly scheduled programming for the most part tomorrow. I believe all of our soapboxes are going to be up and running, although we'll let them make the decision about how they roll back into their schedules. So expect some tweets over the EST evening from our amazing Squire Santos, who will go through and find out which ones are going to be running tomorrow or not. And then, of course, 9 o'clock live tomorrow, which is actually going to be, it is tomorrow, but it's kind of like almost the day after tomorrow, if that makes sense. EST anyway. But the next
in our time, yeah.
Which is like tomorrow night into Tuesday night, we will be talking to the guys who have our current prop up on Nouns on Chain for the Nouns Invitational, which is a pretty ambitious, amazing esports prop. Sir Action Slacks is going to be on, as well as Kyle, and they're a pretty entertaining duo. They were on the Nounsel call last week, and they were pretty fun to listen to. So I think it's going to be a pretty good call, and we'll try to put the word out so that lots of Nouners can join as well and ask their questions if they have any, and it should be a good show.
Yeah, I really, when Action Slacks came to Nounsel and gave that little talk, I was just like, it took me a while to realize who I was listening to, and then I just started fangirling. So I'm really excited to actually get information this time because I didn't pick up nearly as much as I would have liked to.
That's cool. I guess I'm not really immersed in that scene, so I know he has a big following, but I didn't realize that it was like that. So that's cool.
It's not so much the big following as like these are people that are the reason they're known in the space is because they do really good work. And because of the reputation that they have is sterling, and
So it
just
was
everybody
basically
likes.
It was like Leo pointing at the screen moment kind of thing.
Yeah, it was one of those where I was just like, wait a second. I know, and then I switched to my Normie account, and I was like, oh, yeah, I follow you on my Normie account, and so do 57 of my friends.
That's awesome. Just for verification purposes, can you please pin your Normie account so that we can go and check?
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and dox myself.
Okay, thank you.
Probably going to end up doing it anyway at some point.
Lucas has his hand up. He's very polite. Go ahead. Luke?
He's like, hey, I just wanted to ask. Lucas. Hi. Do you hear me?
Yes, sir.
I wanted to ask, like, when there are different proposals put up, how does the community typically quantify the amount of value that'll be brought to the project through the proposal? Like, recently I was talking to an esports team from another project, a much smaller project, and getting their opinion on it. So I would love to hear, like, anyone's thought processes about anything. Maybe at another time when there's a specific proposal, I can just catch the conversation for that. But just
I think it's a really good conversation, and I'm glad that you asked the question because it's something that does come up quite a bit within the context of NounsDAO. One thing that's important to mention is that, of course, NounsDAO isn't one like solidified body that all thinks the same thing about all issues. So many voting members might have different opinions about about what you're asking about ROI, for example. Traditionally, though, at least in the first year and a half of Nouns, most of the focus that I've seen has been, rather than being on return on investment, like traditional ROI, it's been more focused on return of attention. So like how much does it proliferate the meme? How much does it promote the brand because people see it and then it has a flywheel effect where people want to be a part of the community. And so that's been the focus. There has definitely been some folks in the DAO who have been sort of highlighting other focuses recently around return on investment or wanting to see real hard numbers and metrics for everything that gets spent. But it is kind of an ongoing debate. I'm not sure if that answers your question, but and anyone else can feel free to jump in as well.
Yeah, I mean, all I was going to say is basically sort of echoing what you said in a slightly different way. The way that we quantify it is largely up to the individual, but when it comes to figuring out things in a group, there's just, like we mentioned the Nounsel call earlier, there's a lot of different things like that where we have proposal talks on this network. We've got talks that happen across all of the different Nounish communities, because a lot of them have voting rights, somewhat fractionalized. So there's no real way to measure, the Gestalt feeling other than just seeing what the results of the voting is. But before then, it's sort of just all of the communication that people are having back and forth, and different people value different things. So.
Yeah, one way that I've heard it put recently is that many in the DAO believe that the treasury exists to serve the NFTs and not the other way around. And so I think that probably best encapsulates what most people have felt about how the DAO should be spending its money over the past while. But like I said earlier, there definitely are some people who have different opinions about that, and some that think that it should be, more so based on strict ROI. Like if we spend this on this esports team, how many clicks are we going to get? What revenue is that going to bring back to the DAO, etc. To me, those conversations are less interesting, but everyone in the DAO has different opinions about that, and so. That's one of the beauties of a DAO. You get lots of different personalities and lots of different ideas to share.
Yeah, and for what it's worth, we have this exact conversation like every other week in Nounsel too, where it's like a proposal gets brought up and then it's like, well, how are we going to measure the ROI on this? And it's different for every proposal. It's like, well, yeah, how are we going to measure it? Like some things have clear metrics and others don't.
I'd love to know Joshua Fisher's thoughts on this, if he's able to speak. Not to put you on the spot, sure.
I think like Nouns does cool stuff with money more than Nouns does cool stuff for money.
Yeah.
It's kind of an interesting way to think about it. But it's like,
yeah, and you and I had a conversation about that recently too, Josh, about how sometimes it's like it's not even whether something is right or wrong, but maybe sometimes it can just be boring, like there's lots of companies that already exist to to be married to a strict bottom line with not much else going on there, and to me that's very boring and not something I'd want to spend 80 hours a week growing, but maybe others that would get them out of bed in the morning. I don't know.
I think like for me, what inspires people is really great work and people passionate about doing something. And I think that kind of like comes through in your events. Like if you're esports event person, then people who go to esports events should say when they walk into your event, like, this is amazing. And if we're facilitating those type of executors and those type of creative people, then I think it is like probably still early enough within Nouns where we can keep supporting all sorts of interesting things like that. Like the difficulty rating will continue to increase, and like eventually it'll be like, well, Steven Spielberg or I don't know who else is going to have to film the thing for the
Who else
I
is
don't know,
there?
maybe
Who else is there really? It's either Steven
God
Spielberg
willing,
or Goldie.
it gets to that point, yeah, where it's like we're able to have those choices. But right now, I think it's like anyone who's executing at the top of their field and passionate, like I think it's probably worth it. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of opinions.
Does that mean Howard Stern takes over these spaces?
What's that?
Does that mean that Howard Stern will take over the spaces, the TNS 9 o'clock?
Oh God, I hope not.
Yep.
He said,
Sorry, Robot?
He said that does that mean that Howard Stern is going to take over the spaces?
Oh, yes.
So I
exactly.
would 100% have Howard Stern as a guest, though. That'd be super fun.
Now that would be fun.
It would be an interesting space, that's for sure.
That is putting it mildly.
Does that answer your question a little bit, Luke? Hopefully the back and forth there was a little bit informative anyway. Luke, we lost him.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I'm grocery shopping right now, but you hear that? I'm bagging my shit up. But I did listen to everything, and I was definitely thinking, what?
No, I hate when they tell you have something in the bagging area. It's like, I know, I'm bagging it. Anyway,
Oh,
continue.
no, I hate it when you put something in the bagging area and then it's like attendant needs to come make sure that you're good.
I know. It's like I didn't want the attendant to not be part of this in the first place. You were the one that told me that I had to do it by myself. And now you're telling me I have to wait for the attendant. I hear you, man. It's not fair.
Yeah, it's insane.
Please select from popular items or look up item alphabetically.
Did it just tell you to order your items alphabetically? Now that's just getting out of hand.
That's definitely more than I've ever had to experience.
Are you shopping at OCD grocers? Like, what's going on here?
Weigh your apples from least heavy to most.
Wait, anyway, I'll be done shopping shortly, but yeah, I was definitely thinking more so along the lines of attention than an ROI, because I think that keeping the attention and relevancy of the project is a big thing, as we've seen with a lot of projects recently, and why there are chief vibe officers and such.
Yeah. And I mean, one of the unfortunate things about attention is that it is really, really hard to measure. So it, like, you can measure certain metrics, but it doesn't always capture exactly the attention that you are getting, and also certainly doesn't capture the like return in the sense of people coming and joining the community, starting to build with Prop House. So it's really hard to measure. Like if you're just measuring people buying nouns, it might be easier, but people participate in nouns in a lot of different ways. And for many of them, or most of them, it's not by buying a noun. So it does make it difficult for sure to measure that. So if anyone wants to try, that would be something really, really good, is to be able to figure out a way to measure that kind of impact across all these different vectors. Josh, go ahead.
It's also, creative works tend to have lagging indicators. And so, you do these things now so that the, next generation of content creators and generations are moving, at the speed of light nowadays. Like a new platform could come up and there all of a sudden there's a whole new creator class, like of people who didn't have the tools 6 months ago. Now they have, the ability to turn themselves into any type of illustration that they want, or, all these things are hitting. So, I think you do these things, you make all these good creative works, and then if you do it right, like over time, it like literally proliferates because other people want to do creative works about, the characters that they were inspired by when they were young. Like that's why like doing a Ninja Turtles thing would be amazing, or like doing a Batman thing. Like I think there's a huge swath of the world that was like, if I got to work on, a Walt Disney film or a, Warner Brothers comic or something, a DC comic, like that would be exciting. And so, maybe we can have our own little piece of that kind of world.
Well, and I think stuff like the Rose Parade is going to help a lot with that exact thing. Like how many times has 4156 mentioned about how, the Super Bowl was such a huge unlock for every negotiation with every potential partnership after it, just because it gave so much legitimacy. And now it's like another block in that foundation of legitimacy, which is an uphill battle
totally.
with anything NFTs right now, because even the people that loved them before, they lost a lot of their money and now they don't love them so much anymore. So it's like, it's such an uphill battle because, so many people hate NFTs just out of hand. And then even the people that did like them in 2021 are kind of like, I'm over it. So yeah, it's tough. And this kind of stuff is what's going to help us break through, I think.
There's been a lot of discussion about, vocabulary and how do you describe what nouns is in a way that normies can understand and not get too wrapped up in sort of the technical details. So
just use a digital collectible like the Communist Party of China.
I think that's what they're. It's going to be interesting to see what happens tomorrow, because when you have so Stupid Buddy has given a lot of information to the different broadcasters and hosts of the parade, but you never know what they're going to use and what they're going to say. So it's going to be interesting to watch how that comes off.
Yeah, and you never know what personal biases might surface as well. So it'll be interesting to see for sure.
They did. Chris had a really good way to describe it, was daily art auction and community treasury that's voted on by the owners of the art. That felt like a pretty simple way to understand it.
Yeah, like an investment club / brand, lifestyle brand kind of mishmash. It's a pretty good way of putting it. Susak, our friend Susak.
The thing that makes it so unique is that there's so many like other layers like that are so fun to explore. It's hard to just say like, here's what it is on its face, because then you're like, but the artwork is CC0 and you can use it. Like all those things are nuances and cool, but make.
Well, here's the thing: if you make a club to buy art, right, and then you just sort of build a brand around that, how do you get anybody who's not rich enough to buy that art to care about the brand? That's sort of the unlock, right? Is that so many people care about nouns, and it doesn't have anything to do with whether they own a piece of the actual NFTs, although that's great and fun. But a lot of us are here just building because we love the aesthetic and the community and so many things that Nouns stands for. So that's the way that it's different than just the investment club. But I agree that as far as trying to figure out a way to, explain it to people without saying the word NFT in 10 seconds is pretty difficult.
Yeah.
We do have our friend Susak the Igloo is here again, joining us, a new nouner who grabbed one of our holiday special FOMO nouns. What's up, Susak?
Thank you, guys. Wow. This now is so perfect, and this community is so warm. I just do love this community. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Amazing. Yeah. The welcome was so warm it almost melted your igloo, eh?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We have that problem here a lot in Canada. So if you need any advice, just send me a DM.
Absolutely. I will do that. Thank you so much. Yeah.
We still have to get you penciled in, by the way, to come on our show as our guest. We have some openings this week, so send me a DM actually for real, and we should find a day that you can come on, and we can chat about your new noun and about nouns in China.
Yeah, absolutely. I will do that. Yeah.
Sounds good, and Happy New Year to you as well.
Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, actually, I was just explaining to my nephew, like, he was asking me, why are you changing your like profile photo to this pixel art, and I was explaining to him like what is nouns, and he seems like very interesting, and I'm trying to set up a MetaMask for him and to help him to acquire Leo nouns, so he can join the community. Yeah. My nephew is only like he's only at his primary school, and I explained to him like this is a club of people who are very good, and if you acquire this NFT, then you can join this club, and everyone get to decide in the funds when you are putting in a foundation. So like he seems like this is a democratic like China does not have. So he is really interested in this kind of experiment.
Are you in mainland China, or are you outside of China?
I'm currently in Singapore, and we just our entire family just moved from China to Singapore like recently. So yeah.
Well, Singapore is a beautiful city. I was there once for New Year's, actually, right before COVID.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh. You should come right now. You should come again.
I'm actually the one that brought COVID back to Northern. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not patient zero, I swear.
Okay.
Everybody believes me, right? Adam.
Very suspicious.
Adam just joined. What's up, Adam? Little Moon.
Yeah.
What's up?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Adam.
Yeah. Happy New Year from Melbourne, Australia. So,
awesome.
Yeah. And I can see Jesse's on stage now. Hello, Jesse.
Yeah, Jesse's here for his first TED Talk of the year.
Hello, Adam. Great to see you here.
Yeah, good to see you here. Last time we met in the Discord.
Yeah, that was pretty enlightening.
Jesse gets around, don't you, Jesse?
Yes, I do, because I love you all guys, and I have to see you in every single corner of this beautiful universe that we're building. So it's always fun.
Agreed. Happy New Year.
That's actually why I came up. I wanted to wish you all a very happy New Year. No TED Talk for now, probably not for January. So,
New Year's resolution.
I would like my money back, please. How do I get a refund on these NOMOs?
We're working hard to kind of like on the concrete stuff. The TED Talks will come a bit more as we advance into the year. So seriously, guys, I've had an amazing time here on the Noun Square. It's amazing the work that you guys are doing and the family basically that we're building here, because we've been together through some pretty interesting experiences. Babies were born, birthdays were celebrated, and a lot more cool stuff. So I just wanted to express my gratitude for the experiences we've had, and I really look forward to the adventures that we're going to have into this year. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. Because it's such a happy New Year, I think we should give you all a POAP just to mark that you guys were all here today. What do you guys think? Something new that we're going to be trying
That's
out.
A good plan.
Yeah, something new that we're trying out for 2023 is weird sound effects and a POAP every single day. So go ahead, Robot Girl.
Guys,
Luke, you're hired. Robot Fish Girl, you're replaced. No, I'm just kidding. Okay.
All right. So POAP stands for POAP stands for Proof of Attendance Protocol. You go to poap.xyz and download the app. If you're here, chances are you already have it. And you're just going to open up your POAP app, go to the Mint button at the bottom right-hand corner, click the Secret Word button, and today's secret word is Rose Parade the 2nd 007. That's all lowercase, all one word. That is ROSEPARADETHESECOND 007.
Oh, sorry. Can you repeat that? I fell asleep while you were giving the word. It was so extremely long.
It was very long. Yeah, Rose Parade the 2nd 007. That's ROSEPARADETHESECOND 007.
On the topic of POAPs, I'm very conflicted because as I was traveling home from the holidays, I listened to a bunch of podcasts and caught up on all my Bankless podcasts. And one of the best ones that I listened to was their year-end conversation with Vitalik, which is always awesome whenever he goes on Bankless. But he calls POAPs popes. And it's not that it's different. Like, I just don't understand because so many people call them POAPs, but then like Vitalik's like one of the smartest people in the world, and he's met Patricio many times. So one of these two things is true. Either it is Pope, and we're all done,
It's not.
Or
it's not.
Or
it's not.
He has said Pope to Patricio to his face, and Patricio's just like, I'm gonna let this slide.
That's exactly it.
That's what happened.
That's incredible.
No, Patricio has said it can be either, but it is POAP is the preferred.
Are you sure it's not like an inside joke and like maybe like Vitalik's doing it on purpose?
Maybe.
No, he said it could be. He said it was POAP, and then Vitalik started saying that, and then he was like, "Well, I guess it can be either now."
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
apparently we've reached the limit.
Which I mean, same. I don't know why that keeps happening.
Yeah, we may have to talk.
Are
to
you getting
Patricia. Maybe we're getting botted.
Yeah,
we might be getting botted. We're kind of a big deal these days, so it's possible that we got botted. Yeah, we're like Ryan Carson, Daily Dose here around here. So
yeah, because it's limiting it at 20. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go through and take a screenshot of the space.
Yeah.
And cross-reference it with who actually got the POAP already. And if you didn't get it, I'm gonna get codes for you, and we'll figure it out that way.
Not great, but we appreciate the effort, and we'll try to figure out why that keeps happening. It's a bit odd.
That's been a this week thing, and I'm not sure. It might have been something with how they were generated.
Man,
I don't know.
POAP's been acting up all year. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
Like just today.
Anyways, I got the bit.
Did you though? All right. Anything else that anyone else wants to talk about? Get it off your chest. This is the last time that you'll be able to do so on January 2nd of 2023. So speak up or forever hold your ETH. If not,
it's going to be an entire like 24 hours till we're back here. So you might want to get it off your chest ASAP.
Exactly. Don't come crying to us in the morning. I have something to say. I was too shy to say it yesterday on the show. It's not going to fly.
Toady,
you have to wait all the way till
your parenting styles you're revealing to us?
Yes, tough love for little Toady. I've got a retweet picker winner for you folks, and it's someone who's always here in the space, so you love to see that. Can I get a drum roll, please? Maybe Luke can do it. He was doing real great on the sound effects there for us. Luke, anyone? Okay, I'll just settle for the weird drum rolls that you guys all do with your mouths. Go ahead.
Yo, I have one question, Nouns. Is it soap or SOAP? I have a serious question. Soap or SOAP? What do you want?
Whatever it is,
really
it is, the only thing I can say for sure, don't drop it.
Well played.
Do not drop the POAP. because you won't be able to get it again. The winner, low-key, came in a little hot there, and so people are probably just sitting on the edge of their seats here. Penny me. Penny_me, and he's got the 9 o'clock noggles in his name too, so that's pretty cool. Penny me, you just won 0.069 ETH. Send us a message. I know you know the drill because you're always here, so congratulations. We got a POAP, we got a retweet winner. We minted another rose. Like, how did that happen? Can we just stop for a second? I appreciate that.
Instantly.
We have not seen
Amazing.
a rosebud on FOMO for like 6 months, it feels like, or have we just tuned them out because they're ugly? I don't know. But anyways, it doesn't feel like we've seen one in a while. And then we mint 2 within 2-day period, and they're both pretty strikingly aesthetic.
The
Like,
Rose Parade
they're
has
pretty
to give
good.
us some sort of award, right? Like, we got to get an award for that. Maybe they'll make a new category for us.
Yeah, I think they should.
NFT minting?
Most NFTs minted in honor of the parade in a 3-day period. We should have that on lock, I think.
Maybe.
I
mean, probably.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hopefully we don't have to feel bad for the people that won the first rose if they're like, oh man, another rose. But hey, maybe they'll buy both and they'll have like a bouquet. Is that what that's called?
It is.
I believe that's called a bouquet.
A Rose Bowl completionist.
All right, everybody. That's right. If you get a full set plus 1 NOMO, then you'll be able to hear Prof. Werder speak on tomorrow's Spaces. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for coming out, everybody. Always a pleasure. We'll play you out with some Rose-related music, and we will see you back here tomorrow on 9 o'clock, live at the Noun Square.
No vowels allowed.
Yo, who the fuck let Loki in here?
There's a soundboard with my laughter on it, and it gets abused.
Oh my God!
Oh man, I scared low key away.